What's up? Hello! How are you? Welcome to my living room. I live off a main road, and so there's always cars, and there's always construction, and sometimes there's little birds chirping. So if you hear noise, sorry. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. But today, you clicked on this for a reason. You saw the title, it intrigued you. And so I'm gonna talk about it, and I have my notes in my journal. I wanna talk about how to let go of the voices that tell you you're not good enough. So I personally have dealt with this. I'm actively dealing with it, but I strongly believe that when we see the issue and we actively try to resolve it, it's just so much better. But, you know, as I feel like I'm gonna cry. I'm so sorry. I feel like suddenly emotional. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a backstory that, like, as to why I am gonna be talking about this now, because I wouldn't be sharing what I know if I didn't go through it myself. So when I was in junior high, I dealt with my fair share of bullies and mean girls, and literally 4 years, their voices were in my head, telling me I wasn't good enough, telling me that my dreams were stupid, that what I liked was stupid, that the things I want to do with my life are not worthy, that I wasn't worthy. And for years and years, these thoughts crept at the back of my mind. I would think about the things I wanted to do, and I would always feel some sort of doubt in myself, or thinking that the things I was doing were dumb because of what they were doing. I was so actively comparing my life and my path with theirs, and over multiple years, it took time to heal from that and to grow from that, and it's an active process. Like, I'm still working on it because, you know, when you see your junior high bully, like, doing these amazing things, and you feel kind of jealous of them, like, it's a continuous growth process. But with the help of my mother and many self-help books and many self-help podcasts, you know, I have been able to create a little system that helps me release these voices in my head that tell me I'm not good enough. And I want to share that with you because I know I'm not the only one in the universe that feels this way. So I have it all in my notes right here. This is my Mary Poppins journal, and it's super cute because I love musicals. The first thing I want you to do is to identify the voice in your head that tells you you're not good enough. Because the reason you hear this voice is because somebody told it to you. Somebody told you that you weren't good enough. And I hate saying that, but that voice wouldn't be in your head unless it happened, unless it was told to you. So I want you to identify this person. How old are they? What do they look like? What does their voice sound like? Like, how does that voice make you feel? How does your relationship with this person make you feel? And I don't want you to think about the present version of this person. I want you to think about the person that told you this. So for me, it was a 14-year-old girl who was my best friend, and then flipped the switch. And, you know, their voice, you know, at the beginning of our friendship, like, made me feel happy, made me feel excited, made me feel, like, joyous. And then afterwards, I felt betrayal. I felt so much sadness. And hearing both those voices, like the best friend voice and the worst enemy voice in the same person, really tough. But I want you to identify this person, and specifically the version of the person that told you this. The second thing I want you to do is, I feel so emotional. I'm gonna have, maybe it's the coffee. I'm drinking a massive cup of coffee right now. But the second thing we're going to do is ask yourself, does this version of this person have control over me today? So does a 14-year-old girl that has made you think these things for years on end, does this 14-year-old version of a girl have power over you now? Because, well, I was 14 at the time as well. 5 years later, I'm 19 now. I think to myself, does this 14-year-old girl have power over me now? If a 14-year-old girl said the same things to me at 19 years old, how would I react? Well, I would probably say, you're 14. You don't know what you're talking about because you don't know me and I'm an adult and you're not. So, it is that simple. It is a little complicated, but just think, like, does this child have power over me as an adult? No. And for most people, the answer is no. Especially if they were bullied as a child and now you're 30 years old. You're a 30-year-old. Will you let a 6-year-old who, like, called you dumb, are you going to let a 6-year-old today call you dumb? No. It's that simple. So step number 3 is to release it. We have identified how this person doesn't have power over you, doesn't have power over me, so we let it go. I'm just always going to go back to the 14-year-old girl. If a 14-year-old girl said to me that theater was stupid and I was stupid for liking theater, would that have an effect over me? No, so I let it go. I don't even think about it. Like, I release it. And that's what you should do too. Take my 30-year-old and the 6-year-old bully comparison. This 30-year-old knows very well that if a 6-year-old would tell him that he's dumb, he would know not to take that seriously because it's a 6-year-old. Yeah. So he's going to release it. So he should do that inside. Release the 6-year-old bully that said they were dumb. Yes. And then I have one more thing for you. This is step number 4. I want you to forgive yourself. We, as humans, we are our own worst enemies. We are our biggest critiques. You could have done the most fantastic, amazing thing. Actually, I just watched a ballet yesterday, and it was fantastic. But one of the dancers could have thought that they completely sucked. But the director thought they were amazing. The castmates thought they were amazing. Their family thought they were amazing. We are our own biggest critiques. And so that is why I want you to forgive yourself. I want you to forgive yourself for all the resentment, all the anger, all the sadness you felt over telling yourself that you were not good enough, or hearing this voice in your head that tells you that you weren't good enough, and so it controlled your life. You didn't do things because you thought you weren't good enough. But now that we've released this voice in our head, now that we've identified it, now that we've released it and said it that it can't hold any power over you, you should now forgive yourself for the times it did have power over you, over the times you decided not to do something because you thought you weren't good enough. The best thing you can do for yourself is forgive yourself, because like I said, we are our own biggest critiques. And to close it off, I have some affirmations for you, because who am I if I'm not an affirming girl? We are on our own paths. Their life has no impact whatsoever on my life and what I choose to do. I don't need their approval. I think those are all my affirmations. But these are things I actually tell myself because after over 4 years of just healing and being on my healing journey from, junior high bullies, because I'm just a teenager. These sorts of affirmations have really helped me because I look back at the things I've done in my life and I'm blown away from it. And so I feel like it's so not fair to myself to compare myself to this other person who is also doing amazing things in their life. We are on our own paths. I chose to go traveling by myself. This person is acting in short films. It's awesome. We are both on our own path, and they're both going their own ways, and they're both amazing because we are both unique individuals. But we cannot let this person and their words that they said 5 years ago have control over us, because that's just not fair to ourselves. We are meant to live a plentiful life. And I want you to live a plentiful life, and I want to live a plentiful life. And I know that the words we keep in our subconscious from our childhood bullies are not going to get us anywhere. I think that's why I felt so emotional. This is something I, like, have wanted to say to people and to, like, anyone who has ever felt, like, alone in this universe. Because the truth is, we are not alone in the universe. We have community, and we have the people that make us feel our best. And when we focus on the relationships that make us feel our best and the people that support you, and we let go of the people that don't support us, it's just gonna be so much better. You're gonna feel so much better, because why work so hard to get the approval of the people we know don't like us? We can focus and put our energy in the people that we know will support us. I have the best support system in the world. I have my family, I have my mom, I have my closest friends. And if I strive so hard for the approval of this girl that hurt me, that wounded me, I'm not gonna get anywhere. So I want you to also focus on the people that are important in your life, that you know will support you, because it's gonna make all the difference. All right, I think that's everything. I'm so glad I got to talk with you on this wonderful Friday morning. It is 24 degrees today. I'm so excited. I'm wearing this jersey, and it was my mother's, and I had one of my own, but I grew out of it. I wear my mom's clothes now. That's everything! Have an amazing Friday. I love you so much. If you liked this, follow me. Yeah. Okay. Bye.